So I can certainly relate to a lot of what Dr. Ng and Dr. Marshall already touched on, although I think my story is unique in a couple different ways. So again, as previously stated, I was diagnosed stage 4 colon cancer at the age of 29 back in September of 2017. Just a month prior, I had just gotten married. I went away on a honeymoon. I came back to work, and I was back to work for about a week or two, and a normal everyday workday ended, and I had severe stomach pains, something that I had never really experienced before. These were very lasting and severe stomach pains. So I tried to tough it out. I toughed it out through the night, and the next day the pains were not subsiding at all. So that's when I finally decided to check myself into the emergency room in Boston, where I live. And at that point, again, they ran certain tests. I couldn't get anything down. I was vomiting. I couldn't get any fluids down. But again, cancer at that point was the last thing on my mind, and actually the last thing on their mind as well. When I was in the emergency room, I was almost, I'd say, a split second away from getting sent home with some constipation relief treatment, and they were going to send me on my way. However, again, those pains were not subsiding at all, so they finally decided, you know what, well, let's just run a CT scan of my abdomen just in case, and that is when they noticed the tumor. And at that point, it seemed I was still very optimistic at first, because it seemed like the tumor was very contained to my colon, so they thought that I would maybe be diagnosed stage 1 or stage 2. However, afterwards, they did run a CT of my chest, and that's when they noticed what seemed to be metastases into my lungs, and that's when I was diagnosed stage 4. So yeah, again, it was very sudden and very shocking for me. I don't think that I had exhibited any symptoms prior to my diagnosis, although again, when you're young and you're healthy and you're kind of going through life like that, colorectal cancer is kind of the last thing, or any type of cancer really, is the last thing on your mind at that point. And again, when I was in the hospital afterwards, they asked me if I had exhibited certain symptoms or if I had felt certain things, and to be honest, I answered no to pretty much every question. I thought I was taking care of my body. Again, I was preparing for a wedding, so I was working out a lot. So I thought I was in great shape. I thought there's no way that I have this cancer inside my body, and I don't know about it.